If we would have known how hard it is to start something, or no way. Like, nobody tells you that you're not going to get a paycheck for X amount of years, months, whatever. And no one tells you that you, at 26, you don't have health insurance anymore and that you have to pay for that out of pocket. Like, there's so many things that if I would have known, like, well, it would have been 10 times easier to just go get a job. And
it's a high. And I think that we're both addicted to that starting a new business and being like, oh gosh, is it going to succeed? Is it going to fail? But dang it, we're going to give it our best effort.
it was this whole new challenge, this whole new market.
But yeah, initially it was a lot of fear.
I think we're just really good at being like, okay, let's do it. Let's go distribute these. I mean, we had no idea.
I will say this, most people I don't think can do it. When we were starting out, it was probably close to 80 hours a week.
So it's a lot of evenings and weekends when I have them.
It's such a collaborative effort. Thankfully, they do have the yin and yang of each other.
I already said it, but we're not talking about this.
You always go higher. You drive me sometimes.
You're your own harshest critic, obviously, and I like pick it up and I was like, oh God, oh God. By the time people are reading them and seeing them, I'm already working on the next 2 issues.
The challenge of starting a business, like that's what we get excited about, is starting this whole new thing.
I would say it's the place that brought us together. The University of Mary definitely brought us together. We took the opportunities that the University of Mary presented to us, and in particular, I would say the School of Business and Carl, our mentor and professor, brought a lot forward for Hannah and I.
Hi, come over here.
Come in the middle.
Right.
Yes.
This is the famous Carl Sovak.
They were excellent students. I think the nicest thing about them is they took advantage of every opportunity that I presented. They learned early not to say no, that if Carl asked them to do something,
That's very true.
let's do it.
Those experiences turned us into who we are today and really
And I would
helped
say
shape us.
DECA played a huge role in, I think, for me anyways, wanting to be an entrepreneur. I mean, I didn't really, I think, even understand the full definition of what it meant to be an entrepreneur until I was in DECA, and the idea of starting a business. Like, I didn't even know why I wanted, like, that I wanted to go into business at all. I came into University of Mary as a chemical engineer, and then nursing, and then finally business.
All I ever wanted to do was work and be good at it and be successful. And that's like what gives me my why in life. I love work all the time. No, well, not all the time, but you know, I love work. I don't feel the need to get away from it.
I think I'm extremely passionate about this community. I love Bismarck Mandan. I'm very passionate about making a difference and, you know, bringing something very different to our city.
There's just so many amazing people in the community. There's amazing, you know, places to go and like hang out. There's just a multitude of people who bring so much to Bismarck Mandan and make it what it is, and we just felt like that wasn't always being seen, and our goal was to bring all of that forward and showcase it to the community.
We knew we wanted the magazine to be full-size, perfectly bound, and have an incredible feel from the moment you pick it up all the way to the content and then to the end of the magazine. So we knew we wanted great content with enough ratio of ads to content to balance it out, but then aesthetically pleasing photos. The design needed to be welcoming and eye-catching right away.
Okay, so you're going to be there from 9:30. So Thea's at 9:30? Yeah.
Being able to really work with them when they have questions, because there is a lot of media questions that they'll have, and it's such a collaborative effort on all parts, and we're always visiting constantly.
You always go higher. You drive me sometimes with the go low.
Working with Hannah is my favorite part of the job.
Honestly, it's like the greatest thing ever. I mean, you get to go to work every single day with your best friend. It's awesome.
I don't know how many people get to work with their like serious best friend, and I get to. So I get to have a friend who I can talk business with and I can talk about personal stuff with. So it's like having the best of both worlds all at the office.
So when I was in DECA with Hannah, we actually started a business plan for a food truck. She's always been very like big picture. And once we had come up with this business plan, we won a competition to go to Vegas for a franchising conference with it. So us winning all these things at DECA and at this franchising conference, Hannah had this idea like, we're actually gonna own a food truck. We're gonna run it. It's gonna be a thing. And it's just so set on all these. She has all these ideas, and it definitely shows in the magazine. She has these grand ideas.
I'm very big picture, and I focus on where we're going to be in 5 to 10 years, and I think I push us a little bit to kind
Do
of go
stuff
outside
that I'm like,
our boundaries.
no way, and then we do them, and she's right every time.
They've really created their roles in the business. The area that Hannah has as far as like the bookkeeping and things, and her level head of being able to just maintain that.
Caroline is she keeps her grounded, I would say. They both balance each other out very well.
Thankfully, they do have the yin and yang of each other.
Hannah's very much big picture, and Caroline's details.
I mean, she has a spot and a place for everything. And
Caroline gave me a place to live for a year, and it worked out really well because for a little over a year, the magazines were thrown together on her couch.
Just feel like it needs something.
What if you pulled it back up so then there was more of that concrete showing like last or before, and then,
We can try it like so.
yeah, just
I'm gonna scoot them down
Yeah.
just a smidge because
that, perfect. We just got all of our edits back from the editor, and so we spent about 4 hours making all of the changes, and then tonight the magazine will be sent off to print.
As long as there are no press proofing errors, which we've never had.
Like 2 weeks before we're going to print, we start spending weeknights together where she's designing stuff and I'm just tossing her all the content throughout that night. And we'll do that for like a couple weeks. And then we just get it to a point where it's ready to go off to the editors. And then we just have this big session, which you're seeing right now, where it's the final edits, everything comes together. First line.
Wow, we made it so far.
Delete, we are partnering an ad, we are showcasing. 6th line, ooh. 7th line of the 12th line, delete so and start with we.
I feel like it was in the proximal story spot.
Yeah, and then we moved it or something. Or the,
Nope, we moved it because of the road race.
I was gonna say the road race.
Northern Plains. Peter Pan.
Okay, sorry.
It's
AARP.
the good ones in
Yep,
there.
okay, got it. Peter Pan's good, Northern Plains, got it. So we always check to make sure that we have all the ads in the magazine
AARP.
because it's happened before.
What happened?
No.
First issue, we forget an ad. Doesn't need. We don't,
And I
we
woke
don't
up
need to say
and
which.
no.
And
I already said it, but we're not talking about this.
but Caroline was at a hotel. I'm talking.
I
about
didn't
it.
live here yet, so I was
So
in
she
a
staying at
hotel.
And
Wake up.
she wakes up in the middle of the night and she's like, "We forgot this ad," and we all collectively
It was the worst feeling ever.
died. And then we fixed it. It was fine.
So holding that first issue was crazy. I think it was very surreal. Caroline hadn't made it to town yet, and so when they came off the FedEx truck, I got all 2 pallets, I think, of them, and 15,000 magazines in my garage. And I think it was just an incredibly humbling, but also very proud moment to be able to open up those boxes and see, like, holy cow, this is it, we did it.
And I saw someone I didn't know at all, like fingering through a magazine, and it was just like, they have no idea who I am, but I made that, and they're looking at it, and that was like the coolest moment.
It was overwhelming because you're staring at boxes upon boxes and that you have to get out to the community.
Okay, so we're gonna go and drop them off at all the Dans first.
It was a proud moment, it was a scary moment, it was a
Look great.
more like, I think we're just really good at being like, okay, let's do it, let's go distribute these. I mean, we had no idea. Like, we didn't have a list, we just drove around and we're like, I bet we could probably get them to take them here. It was more like, gosh, I think they'll let us drop here. I think they'll let us drop here. And now, if we don't drop, people will call.
I think we're always going to have a part in distribution. One thing that we've noticed over the past couple years is people really like when we come in and drop off the magazines. Like, I think it shows a lot, and it allows us to be in the community and kind of talk to those advertisers and community members here.
We've actually started Western North Dakota. We distribute, so we make a circle kind of hitting those bigger cities like Minot, Williston, Wofford City, Dickinson. We jaunt out to Medora quick. So that happens 6 times a year as well. So our distribution is basically the western side of the state now.
My name is Hannah Haynes. I'm the publisher and co-founder of Bismarck Magazine, Bismarck Bridal, and now River and Ranch. This is my business partner, Caroline Prairie. We are so incredibly humbled and honored that you all could make it tonight to celebrate the launch of River and Ranch.
We loved the idea of Bismarck Magazine, and it really launched Bismarck Magazine Corporation, but we always knew too that we were going to add magazines to that. Like, we didn't want to just produce one forever. I don't think we just realized how fast it was going to come and how smooth we were going to transition to producing two.
So about 2 years after we started Bismarck Magazine, we started River and Ranch Magazine, and it predominantly focuses on homes.
Yeah, River and Ranch is just a completely different industry that we really didn't know a whole lot about, that we were able to dive into this whole new world of construction and builders and tile and carpet and interior
all the
design.
amazing people who bring together a perfect home for people.
We hope you enjoyed the evening. Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate the support of the community. We couldn't do it without you.
Let me say this, baby number 2 was way easier than baby number 1. No, it was like just a seamless addition. It was like the second sibling that we liked better. So Hannah and I decided to start Drive on, I think, December 8th of 2018, and it launched on like February 1st of 2019.
Drive is a whole new realm than publishing. I mean, they could not be more different.
So I think the fun thing for us is that all three kind of put us in different industries because we just like to learn.
We started Bismarck Magazine Corporation because we love, I think, the challenge of starting a business. Like, that's what we get excited about, is starting this whole new thing. We didn't love
It's not like we were like, my whole life, I just want to start a magazine.
Right, no,
I just
like,
want to start a company where I drive people around.
No.
Like, none of that was anything that we wanted.
It was this whole new challenge, this whole new market. We get so excited about a new challenge and the idea of starting something new and it being different. I mean,
seriously, from the day that we kind of started thinking about this and then researching it and seeing if anyone else has done it and researching it across the country, and just like, it's a high. And I think that we're both addicted to that starting a new business and being like, oh gosh, is it going to succeed? Is it going to fail? But dang it, we're going to give it our best effort. I would say that we definitely, there's one big thing left on our bucket list, like it's a huge thing, and
it's going to take some time.
It's going to take some time, and when the time is
When
right,
the time is right, we'll
go again.
No, we're not there yet.
But of course, it's something Bismarck doesn't have and they need. There's your kids.